What's going on, guilty guys and gals? I didn't know what video I was going to post today because, well, I'm kind of like halfway into going on my little break here. And I think officially after this, I will be going on my little break. And by that, I mean I'm going to start spending a lot of time editing, and then we'll just be doing the streams on Saturday and maybe a couple streams during the week. The streamer arc begins for the end of July here, especially when Multiversus comes out. Whew. But yeah, before I did that, I did want to cover this because it came out literally last night. And that is Pokemon leaks. Scarlet and Violet leaks. I've been keeping up with Koo's stuff. Riddler Koo. If you don't know who that is, they're a pretty well-known Pokemon leaker who just puts everything in the form of riddles, which helps them not get caught and also makes it kind of fun. And I do usually prefer that. But it is a lot harder to make a video on because you don't really have anything to show. But someone came out last night and posted a bunch of screenshots of stuff that looks really legit, and a very legit leaker named the Chinese Riddler. Another Riddler, I know it's confusing. But if you were around last Pokemon hype season when I was doing some Pokemon leaks for Sword and Shield, there was that one image that had like, oh, here's what the evolution of Yamper looks like, this and that, but it was sort of like obscured. You know, that was from that person. And so if that person's backing it up, I have to believe it's real. And because it's real, I want to talk about it and some of the stuff that Koo said. And yeah, we'll start with that. I'm going to start with the thing that interests me the least, which is actually the gym leaders. Excuse my ramshackle editing here, but I missed a few pictures the first time I did this segment about the gym leaders. So we're going to talk about that right now. First, let me show you this image. This is apparently a rival in the game. Why is their hair red and also blue and also green? I think that's actually a plant in the background. You know what? I take that back. Sorry, I need a little circular. I'm pretty sure that's actually just a plant. But why is their hair red and also blue? It looks really weird. I don't know. This just reminds me of the freaking toothpaste Fire Emblem leaks. If you don't know about it, it's fine. So, we've got 7 of the 8 gym leaders now. This is interesting. We know, thanks to this tweet, well, this isn't the actual leaker, this is just someone documenting it. Anyway, that they are bug type, grass type, water type, ice type, normal type, electric type, psychic type, and ghost type. So, a long time ago, Koo posted about the gym leader types in this game and said that basically he posted the image of the Kanto gym leaders and the Johto gym leaders, and he included Janine and Blue and said that 60% of the Kanto gym leader types would be represented and 50% of the Johto types. Now, because Janine is poison and Koga is also poison, we can pretty much cross Janine out. And Blue doesn't have a specific type. Blue uses his like champion team, so we can pretty much count him out as well, which means half of the Kanto gym leaders and half of the Johto gym leader types will be represented. And now that we've got this out in the open, we can talk about this. So this guy very clearly has like a little wave pattern on his head here with a whale tail coming out. Why he looks like that, I don't know, but clearly he is water type. This lad, who is apparently a lad, is a ninja with light blue hair. I mean, if anybody was going to be, this will be our ice type. Next, we have this lady, who I'm going to talk a lot about later, with the Magnemite hair pieces, which clearly means that she is, you know, at least I hope it means that she is electric type. Next, we've got this lady, who I would assume is grass type. Then, we got this lad, who could be pretty much anything. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I know Ghost is on the list, but I'm going to assume he is bug type. Why is he so big? Okay, there we go. I'm going to assume he's bug type, and you'll see why in a second. He could be ground type too. We'll get there. Wait, is ground type even one of them? No. What the hell? Okay, we'll get we'll get there. Next we got this lad. Now, he's wearing a suit, and to me, that kind of screams normal type. But his hairstyle reminds me of the Exorcist trainer class in Fire Red and Leaf Green. So I kind of want to say he's ghost type. But if ground is in the game, we're going to go with normal. And then maybe this guy is ghost, right? Because he looks pretty spooky. And then this lady, I think... I mean, the only options we have left are bug or psychic. And either could work depending on what Pokemon she has. She could be ghost too. Okay, so wait, hold on. We're going to make her ghost and assume this guy is bug. Because I don't know why I just get that feeling from him, but I do. This would mean that the type we're missing is probably ground. And the reason for that is in my sidebar here. Here we go. This is a screenshot taken off my phone, as you can see. Let me just crop it. Okay, we have 3 stadiums here, right? Let's start with this one. What stadium could this gym be? Well, it's surrounded by flowers. It's green. This screams grass type. Now we've got this one, which is a tower. It's like a tower in the desert. What is this then? Bug, grass, water, ice, normal, electric, psychic, ghost. This was shown in a montage of what seems to be 3 gyms. So what the hell is this gonna be? Electric? Because it's like a big tower? That's the only thing I can think of. Unless maybe ghost because it's a tower? That could be a thing. And then we've got the final one, which confuses me the most. This clearly has fire on it. It's got fire on it. If fire is not one of the gym types, what the hell is this? It also looks like a racetrack, and none of these people really look like racers. Except maybe this girl, because she's kind of wearing like a jumpsuit. Maybe? Maybe the ninja is actually wearing a racing jumpsuit, but his type is ice. And this is clearly fire. And this leads me to my thought. Alright? This leads me to my thought. And I might be cutting another part of the video because of this, but... This girl, right here. She's got 2 Magnemites on her head, right? You can see that, I'm sure. She's got one here. Woo! And it's got like its eyeball. No magnets, but you know. And then there's another one over here that's purple. Why would that be the case? One of our potential gimmicks for this game is some sort of type swap mechanic where you can swap between 2 types. There's a potential that it's actually swapping between past and future forms, or like a present form and a future or past form. And if that's the case, then perhaps this purple Magnemite is a future form of Magnemite that happens to be a different type, as it would be. Like, potentially, psychic. This was something that a friend of mine said when I was showing them these images, that I'm like, well, what could purple be? Poison doesn't really make sense for Magnemite, and neither does Ghost, because it's not really alive, you know? It's not like an animal. And they said psychic, and that makes a lot of sense to me, because, like, psychic, the closest link between a psychic type and an electric type, I think, would be electromagnetic waves. They're invisible waves that can manipulate things, like, whoa, it can lift metal from a distance. And if the new Magnemite is some sort of psychic type because of electromagnetic waves in some way, because it's a neoform or something like that, then it might make sense that this descriptor isn't exactly right. As in, these 8 types aren't it. You know what I mean? Because when we look at these other gyms that we have so far, we have a fire racetrack, and we have this green field surrounded by flowers with the wind turbines. And what it makes me think is, if I was going to design a gym that was around grass and bug type, the closest link between grass and bug, I'd say, is a flower. It is a plant that bugs pollinate. Alternatively, it could also be grass and flying. There are those windmills there. Now, this is a big stretch, right? But because these gyms don't really line up with the leaders we've just been shown and the types they supposedly have, I'm a little confused. Especially the fire one. If I only had the tower and this this field, and I was like, well, maybe it can fit. But this fire one, there's no fire gym leader? How can that be possible? That's all I'm saying. The other option is that this is in fact only from one copy of the game, and just like Sword and Shield, there are version exclusive gym leaders, one of which is a fire type that wasn't in the game that this leaker leaked from. That is an option, and it's equally likely. Actually, it's probably way more likely. But I just find it weird that this leaker has all this information and doesn't mention version exclusive gym leaders at all. So yeah. That's my bit on these trainers. It might not flow exactly nicely into the next bit, but that's because I missed the normal type gym leader and this lady. So, whoops. Okay, well, we'll just start with the first one I've got. Now, I drew little outlines on some of these. Obviously, these images are very small, but I drew little outlines on some of them so that you can maybe see what it's supposed to be. This is Lechonk's evolution, apparently. Which is like, you can see the pig shape, Lechonk's evolution is supposed to be a Pokemon that's kind of like Purugly, where it's like, it's cute because it's ugly, which are never my favorites, but oh well. And you can see what's going on here. It's like a pig. You can see how it evolves from Lechonk anyway. I'm sure the little goopy eyes will turn into mascara or something, Next, we'll go for this one. This, believe it or not, is Sprigatito's final evolution. You can kind of see it. I forgot. I made a little thing here so that I could show you how it works. I mean, I think you can probably guess, but like it comes to a point here. With like I'm not drawing on the layer. Hold on. There we go. Comes to like a point here, and then it's got like its nose probably. Then it goes up like a mask. You got your eyes. Oops. Wow. This is very and then it probably has like ears, I don't know what this is, like this thing. Maybe that's an ear. But anyway, it's Sprigatito's evolution, which we did know was going to be bipedal. That did get leaked. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a Puss in Boots type thing, which makes a lot of sense. And you know what? I'm kind of on board for it. Why not? Well, we just did Sprigatito, so let's go to Quaxley. I don't know what this one is. This one I had to like change some values on it. You can barely sort of make out how it's a duck. It looks like it has huge sunglasses. I'm not sure if that's actually its face or not. Like those could be crossed arms as well, potentially, and then this blue part up here is actually the face. Like, it's got, like, you know... you know? But this yellow makes me believe it's its beak. So it's some sort of duck that looks like this. Hard to say. But we have another image of Quaxly's evolution, which is much stranger. So, there's been a lot of talk about the gimmicks of this game. And gimmicks is the word that Ku used to say that, like, there's more than one gimmick. When we think of a gimmick in Pokemon, it's usually like Mega Evolution or Z moves or Dynamax, right? Where it is a battle mechanic. And I think, if I have to guess, we're getting a little caught up thinking that both two different gimmicks are the same gimmick. And the reason I say that is because this clearly shows, like, crystals. And you remember in the second trailer when they ended on that shot of, like, a crystal area? Supposedly, there is some sort of item in the game that allows your Pokemon to take on this crystal form, which is akin to Mega Evolution, sort of, in a way. But all Pokemon could maybe do it, I'm not sure. Or at least specific ones can, like Mega Evolution. And I don't know what the crystalline form would do, because it doesn't really make sense to me. But it's probably the in-battle gimmick, like the Dynamax or the Mega Evolution, I have to guess. And if this is Quaxly's evolution, whatever this sort of, like, fighting duck thing is, whatever this crystal form gives it is some sort of power boost, right? Which is interesting because we also have a few other things we must talk about now. And this is where we get into the real meaty spoilers. Where to begin? Well, you might have seen this image floating around. One of the things that confuses me and a lot of other people most about Ku's riddles is that they, instead of being regional forms, Ku has called them regional fakes, which... that I guess it's technically not regional fakes. He calls them RFs, and F stands for fake. So, like, regional fakes, real fakes was an answer for a while, that, like, oh, maybe the people who were faking Pokemon got pretty close on something. But this isn't anything I've seen before. Which makes me think maybe they're, like, genetically altered Pokemon? You know, like maybe something like that? I'm not sure. Because I cannot imagine a Girafarig evolution where its butt goes to its head, you know? It just seems strange. But it is cool, and I do like it, and I hope it's good. This seems like a regional, like a R fake, you know? And we've got a couple more to talk about. Here's one. That's not it. I meant to click this image. Hey, look, there's a Moongus, but, like, there's something growing out of the top of the fungus, and it's got spikes. That's a little weird. And the other one is Jigglypuff. People keep saying Wigglytuff. This is clearly Jigglypuff. You can see its little arms and everything. But I guess I mean Wigglytuff doesn't know, because people are like, oh, it's a Wigglytuff form, but Wigglytuff isn't necessarily going to have this form if it does continue. The only thing I've noticed, and you can tell way better from far away, but it's got fangs, which is really weird. You think that'd be dangerous to a balloon Pokemon to have sharp teeth. Like if you look at it from far away, you can see the fangs much clearer, because there's like the little lighter parts that got pixelated when the image got zoomed in this much. And I don't know, I outlined them, but it doesn't really help. So here's my thought, right? With these three Pokemon, there's been a lot of talk about traveling to the future or traveling to the past in Scarlet and Violet. Because Koraidon is past Dawn, past Lizard, I guess you could say, past Dragon, and then Miraidon is future Dragon. Like, Mirai means future, Korai means past or ancient. So there was a lot of speculation about going back through time, or like at least Pokemon from the past or future being in the game in some way. And I feel like these kind of support that in some ways. Like, if this is a genetically altered Girafarig, you could say it's from the future, right? Like, somebody tried to help Girafarig out. This Jigglypuff has fangs, which, that's something you would associate with something more primal. And so, you might think about the past. And this Amoonguss, I don't know why it feels like this to me, but it with the spikes and the draped moss or whatever, it feels like maybe like the origin of Amoonguss, like, in a swamp or something with a bunch of like whatever growing off of it. And it's a weird idea, right? Because one of the things we've assumed from very early on because of Ku's riddles is that the original gimmick of this game was going to change our types in some way, or add a third type onto Pokemon. But this crystal thing doesn't really seem like that. It seems like a stat boost or something like that, because if it's crystals, does every Pokemon just gain the rock type? Can you imagine how boring that would be? Nobody would use it. Absolutely no one. But if it's instead that the second gimmick, like the first gimmick is this crystal thing that powers Pokemon up, but the second gimmick is being able to send Pokemon through time and unlock ancient or future forms of those Pokemon that have a different typing, then that might make sense. You know what I mean? This Jigglypuff could be Dark type. This Amoonguss could be, I think it already is Grass Poison, isn't it? Because I was going to say Grass Poison, but maybe it's Grass Water? Because it's in swamp water? That's just what it looks like to me. I could be wrong. And then this Girafarig, I mean, it looks kind of angry. Maybe it's a Dark type, like a Dark Psychic type, which would be pretty cool. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. There are a couple more things. I definitely missed a Pokemon, so I'm going to have to pause the video and go get that image, because I thought I got it, but I didn't. But there's a couple other new Pokemon I want to show you that are a little bit more exciting than Lechonk's evolution. Here's Palmy's evolution, except it looks really ugly. I'm sorry. I have to hope that this is just a middle form, like the awkward middle stage that a lot of Pokemon have. Then it evolves into something cooler. Maybe... because I don't know, it just kind of looks like Big Palmy with like weird hair. But I didn't really like Palmy to begin with, so I don't really care. And then a Flamingo. You can see its mouth is open. It's got like a little eye over here. That looks like it's distressed, but don't worry about it. With wings, and there's even like this over here. Oh, hold on. This over here is like water splashing. I think you can see that. So it's in the water, which I know, flamingos in the water. Crazy concept. But about time. It's about time they give us a flamingo Pokemon. Should be interesting to see. I'm pretty sure it's got its beak wide open right here, and it's not like a... For a second, I thought this was like a weird like hair thing. Like a pompadour, and then its face just came down like this. It had like weird hair. Thank goodness. No, I'm pretty sure its beak is open. It's doing some sort of attack animation. Yeah, that's everything except for this one image I forgot to grab, so give me 1 sec. Okay, this is the one I got. No wonder, because it already had 2 of the images we've already seen. There's a tiny, tiny brush now, because this image is bigger. No, don't look at this. Don't look at Quaxley. This thing looks like a Super Lileep to me, or like like the Girafarig, where we were like, oh well, it kind of looks like if somebody drew Girafarig without really remembering exactly what it looked like, and they put the Chain Chomp head over the actual Girafarig head. This looks like Lileep if they forgot it was not a plant. It was a barnacle. This poison symbol over top here, I'm pretty sure that's a move animation. Like, it's using Toxic or something. and it is like a flower. Let me just draw really quick. It is like a flower that is glowing with energy because it's using a move probably, or it's using the gimmick, crystal gimmick. And then the leaf would extend back this way. And you got a little head. Woo! And your little eyes, right? And its body is probably attached to the wall back here, if I had to guess. Like, it's attached over here. Like, behind all these freaking plumes. Or maybe over here. Like, you can see, like, a little bit of something, maybe. I don't know. But on the train of regional fake, a fake lily that looks like a flower. Oh, I didn't do this on another layer, so now I have to do this to get rid of it. A fake lily that looks like an actual flower is an interesting idea for like a future form of trying to make lily actually able to survive in a modern climate. It's an interesting idea. But yeah, that's actually all I've got now. I'm going to leave this image on screen, and I'm just going to go read some comments and see what people have to say about this. So yeah. Because I haven't actually looked at any of the comments on this stuff, by the way. These are all from Centro Leaks. Did I say that? I'm pretty sure I've said that. Oh, wow. One just got posted not that long ago. Okay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet introduced 3 new mechanics and gimmicks. The crystallization seems to be the main gimmick of the region. All Pokemon can use it, and most NPCs use it in-game. I don't know about most. Most important NPCs is probably what it's supposed to say. It is activated by a new ball-like item. Okay, so I was right on that. Nice. The second new mechanic is a new type of forms. We still don't know what they are exactly. This is the Jigglypuff here. I don't know why it doesn't load for me. And the third new mechanic is called R-Fakes, but we don't know anything about that yet. I'm pretty sure these are R-Fakes up here, although I guess I feel like at least Girafarig is an R-Fake, and then the Amoonguss and Wigglytuff, quote unquote, the Amoonguss and Jigglypuff are past and future forms, which we haven't seen any of yet. And that's our 3 gimmicks. So instead of 3 types like we originally assumed from Ku's Riddle, where we got 3, it is actually 3 gimmicks, which makes a lot of sense. Because there's clearly 2 gimmicks going on here. Clearly, at least 2. Oh, you think it's eyebrows? They think that the sunglasses are eyebrows, which actually does make some sense. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's see what people have to say. Where's my Tauros? That's another one people have been talking about a lot, because that was one of Ku's first posts was about Tauros. That was Xehanort, Jigglypuff, a new gimmick. Oh dear. Okay, someone points out something that I do want to clear up. They say, hey, remember in Gen 6 when images got leaked and they were like crystal clear and not pixel abominations? Here's the difference, is that Pokemon is actually trying to stop this from happening now. Like, back in the days when data mining was starting to be a new thing, and Pokemon... I think after Gen 7, they were absolutely done with getting the entire decks leaked, like, months before from the demo. Like, that's basically what happened, is we got the entire Sun and Moon decks when the demo released, like, months before the actual game did. And since then, Pokemon's been trying a lot harder to keep things under wraps, which obviously doesn't work all the way, because they're huge... It's a huge media franchise. People will do a lot to get a little bit of clout. But I do think it is now harder to get away with than it was before. So I do think some of these blurry-ass images are a result of people not wanting to get caught, essentially. Like, all these scribbles on the images, I didn't even really talk about it, but the reason they're there is because they're trying to block out codes, which are on top of the videos that they're being sent to, like, screen for whatever reason. And they're blocking out these codes so they can't tell which area they took the footage from, like which company it was that they work for that they took this footage from. So a lot of the blurriness of these is very intentional in order to try to hide things. Like you can see in this Palmy one, they didn't even succeed. You can still see some of the code. But I'm not gonna say anything. And that's why a lot of these have been like cropped and things have been scrubbed out, because they don't want people to know exactly where this came from. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's where I'm going to end it. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. What do you think this purple Magnemite is? Please tell me. It's going to haunt my dreams. Magnemite's one of my favorite Pokemon. If it gets a form, I'm going to be very happy. I just want it to be a good one. Why could it be? It's not going to be ghost type. It's not like alive. It's not going to be poison type because that doesn't make any sense, right? What could it be? Alright, well, if you did enjoy, thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Please subscribe. I need much subscribe. When Scarlet and Violet do come out, I will be playing them, of course. I always play the new Pokemon games. I didn't expect Legends to be as big of a deal as it was, so I played a lot of it off stream. But when it comes to Scarlet and Violet, I will be playing it on camera, one way or another. So yeah. I'd love to hear your theories, because I am almost 100% certain that there are 3 gimmicks in this game. One of them has something to do with these weird type forms, and one of them has something to do with those crystal forms that we've just been introduced to. So there's a lot to talk about. Hopefully this video doesn't get taken down and I get like destroyed by Nintendo ninjas. Can you imagine? Okay, bye!